Hello and welcome to Road Trip. I'm Shannon Lanier. For the next few minutes, sit back, relax, and put your feet up because we're going to bring you to some local adventures that are just a short ride away. Okay, ready to channel your inner Robin Hood? Whether you've never had a bowl in your hands or you've already hit the bullseye, this place is for you. So grab a friend and get ready to aim high at a place that's all about hitting the mark, no matter your experience level. Today, we're taking part in an activity that dates back 70,000 years, archery.
Archery started probably for war reasons, then turned into for hunting reasons, and now it is a sport. It's recreation, it's an Olympic sport, and it's become a whole different world.
At Smith Point Archery's 17,000 square foot indoor facility, you can learn how to hit the target like a pro.
At Smith Point Archery, we do a little bit of everything. We're a hunting shop, we're a target shop, we're a complete pro shop, so we work on the bows, we sell the bows, and we sell all equipment that might go along with it. We're a full functioning range. We have 24 lanes in one room and 14 in the other range. We host birthday parties, leagues, so people can come in on a daily basis and practice their skills. We teach lessons so people can come in and learn if they've never even done it before.
Can we try?
Of course we can. But first we have to go over our safety tips. At this range, everybody shoots and retrieves their arrows at the same time. So we use the commands clear to shoot and clear to retrieve. So clear to shoot, we all shoot. Clear to retrieve, we all retrieve our arrows. So first, we're gonna make sure our feet are in the square. Our toes, our hips, our shoulders are facing the wall. We're always gonna point our arrows downrange. We're gonna put our arrow on top of our rest and click it onto our string directly below this knock point. The odd color feather is gonna face inwards towards you. We're gonna put 3 fingers up and we are gonna put them on our string right here. Pull, pull, pull. Aim, shoot.
So how do we get a bullseye every time?
Well, it's repetition. We have to convince our body to do the same thing every time, and of course, practice, practice, practice.
All right, let's see who can hit that bullseye. Yes! Woo! Okay, you may not have seen it in the video, but I hit the bullseye multiple times, even split the arrow, all that. All right, for this next adventure, we're off to a Connecticut park that offers hiking trails which lead you to a stunning overview tower. Take in sweeping, breathtaking sights, especially during the fall when the foliage is at its peak. And as photojournalist Lori Goliath shows us, on a clear day, you can see all the way out to the Long Island Sound.
We have the best park in Connecticut. Welcome to Hubbard Park. Hubbard Park is just gorgeous. Walter Hubbard donated Hubbard Park and all the surrounding acreage to the city of Meriden for recreation, passive and active. Hubbard Park is about 1,900 acres. This park is wonderful because you can come here 365 days a year and find something to do. We have water features, we have nice little trails, we have difficult hiking trails, picnic areas. It's not only beautiful and accessible, but it's also a very romantic park. You can hike up to the castle 365 days a year. The road to drive up is only open seasonal. And it's beautiful to walk through here and think of all the craftsmanship and the work and the detail that went into building this tower in the 1900s. Walter Hubbard came up with the idea of Castle Craig when he was traveling through Scotland. He spent the rest of his life acquiring the land and building this park for the residents of Meriden. And so this is where his heart went out. So in 1900, he dedicated the tower to the city of Meriden. The views up here are spectacular. We can see Sleeping Giant, and on a clear day to the left, you can see all the way to Long Island Sound. It's beautiful every season. Right now is perfect leaf peeping hiking season. To hike up through a trail is 1.5 miles. The whole mountain is trap rock, so it's very gravelly and loose. Trap rock comes from lava flow. So millions and millions of years of the compression and the lava coming up through the little fissures and cracks, and it's created this type of rock. If you're gonna take that hike, just take it slow. A fun little fact, we're standing on West Peak, and West Peak is the highest point within 25 miles of the coastline from southern Maine to Florida. Coming up to the castle is just such a beautiful, relaxing, peaceful atmosphere. So it's really a wonderful place to be at any season and also any time of the day.
That looks like a great place to take some selfies, right? Are you ready for a little taste of Italy without the passport? Well, this museum takes you on a journey through the bold and vibrant world of Italian art. But that's just the beginning. It's the perfect way to embrace your inner Italian and dive into a cultural experience like no other.
It's home to an impressive collection, a unique one too. Magazzino Italian Art is a museum meant to immerse visitors into the works of a particular period. 8 galleries show fascinating post-war and contemporary Italian art. That means these were all made since 1945, with a focus during the mid-60s to 70s.
The beauty of Arte Povera and so much of conceptually based work is that they do what art is meant to do, which is to challenge the viewer, tell them something different, and extend their perceptions of the world that we live in.
And you'll get a sense of that as you take in the meaning behind each piece. Notice how ordinary materials are used by these unique artists to create sculptures and paintings that break the traditional mold.
One of the things that really sets Magazzino apart is the fact that we want the work to be accessible to everybody.
And that mission is made possible by founders Nancy Olnick and Giorgio Spanu. They spent decades collecting Italian art and began sharing it with the public through this nonprofit museum.
They felt that they wanted to give it back to the community, to let people understand the importance, the relevance, and the legacy of Italian art.
The museum's recent expansion helps drive that point home. With its rotating exhibitions, through the end of October, visitors can experience the work of Marco Anelli, who captured the moments of building Magazzino 10 years ago.
It includes images of landscape, it includes images of architecture, and it includes images of the people who were involved, who all came together to create Magazzino.
What's a road trip without a refuel? And we're talking about food, of course, here at the cafe. That's actually a new addition here at Magazzino. They offer a full menu of Italian delicacies, all made by a world-class chef. And even better, it's paired with a bookstore where you can learn everything about Italian art and culture all in one place.
Between the cuisine and the collection, you're immersing almost all of your senses into the beauty of Italy. Almost, because there's more than meets the eye. Art imitates life.
Hi.
And there are about a dozen of these Sardinian donkeys that will bring you smiles as priceless as this experience.
It's an interesting journey that can have you walking away with a different perspective. And it's thanks to pieces of art like this. Some are so unique you won't find anywhere else but on this road trip close to home.
Art and food all in one place? I'm sold. Okay. Now we have to step back in time at Allegra Farms, the largest authentic livery stable in Connecticut, where the 19th century is alive and well. Whether it's a hayride or a sleigh ride, this farm has you covered with carriages straight out of a Hollywood movie set. It's your chance to ride through history, no time machine required.
I love every one of my horses. They all have their own personality. I'm John Allegra from Allegra Farm. Been in the horse-drawn livery business now for over 50 years. And now I'm probably the #1 livery company that does it authentically. Well, it's like a lot of people come to check it off their bucket list. You know, they've always dreamed of going on a sleigh ride. It doesn't have to be a sleigh ride. They're thinking a horse and carriage ride that they've never been on. I mean, a lot of people in the world never touched a horse. So they come here, they can touch a horse, they can go for a ride, step back in time. It's like going back 150 years. This is more about the ambiance. And you can't get a better design. I mean, they're so elegant and so beautiful. Once you're on there, the clip-clop is very relaxing. When they come back, they can visit horses, they can look at carriages. The golden years of the horse-drawn era are really from about 1830, 1840 to 1905. Even back then, if you had money, you could buy comfort. Only wealthy people own these. Your everyday person had a buggy. The movie people know the difference.
But are you sure it's wise?
Well, the Gilded Age is, I couldn't ask for a better show for what I do.
This is very melodramatic.
Because they're true to the period and they just went all out. And the amount of carriages and horses we had on the street, we had up to 22 or 23 carriages at one time going. When I watched that show and all those carriages are pulling up in front of the mansions and the horses are going, and it just puts a chill down my spine. It really does.
P.T. Barnum.
Hugh Jackman, I worked on a couple different movies with him. Kate Leopold and Greatest Showman. Well, it's pretty cool because I was born in Bridgeport and now I'm P.T. Barnum's carriage driver. Even today, I still enjoy doing it. And it brings the era back to life. I'm preserving the era for future generations. And come and visit us.
Welcome back to Road Trip. I'm Shannon Lanier. Looking for the ultimate fall adventure? Casola Farms has been serving up family fun for 30 years, and it's a one-stop shop for all things autumn. This family-run gym has something for everyone. So grab a sweater and let's hit the road with our Amanda Eustace.
Welcome to Casola Farms. We offer hay rides, petting zoo, pony rides, face painting. We have a corn maze, sunflower maze. We raise everything you see here, from mums, pumpkins, corn stalks. We grow it all. We're farmers at heart, at nature. So like for us, we're not just doing it because everybody else is. We're doing it because it's a way of life for us too.
From the petting zoo to the haunted house, the farm offers something for everyone.
I think it's an important way for families to connect, and it's an inexpensive way to have fun and actually like do stuff together. The kids get real excited when they can pick out a perfect little pumpkin or, you know, a mom. So it's good for all ages, it's all encompassing.
And of course, you can't come to the farm without taking home some of their sweet treats. My favorite, apple cider donuts. Oh, that's good.
Inside we have a fully stocked superstore. We have all the carving kits. We sell the tins, scarecrows. We have all kinds of baked goods. We have homemade apple cider donuts that we do believe ours are the best, because they are the best. You know, it's that nostalgia that people like to come back and keep coming back and, you know, living it through, you know, the next generation, and that's what we love doing.
With so much to see and do, now it's your turn to take a road trip close to home. In Holmdel, I'm Amanda Eustace.
Oh, I love a good petting zoo. Well, fans of Gilmore Girls know Lorelai and Rory's charming hometown of Stars Hollow was just as much a character in the show as the people themselves. So we sat down with New Jersey native Scott Patterson, better known as Luke, to talk about the town's real-life inspiration, Washington Depot, and how the show brought that small-town magic to life. While Stars Hollow may be fictional, you can visit the real-life town that inspired the beloved show. It all began with a road trip that sparked the vision for this charming corner of Connecticut.
So they both grew up in California and they yearned for seasons. So they started taking road trips, and then they got to Connecticut and they were like, wow. You know?
Washington Depot is packed with that same small-town charm, complete with quaint streets, local diners, and scenic beauty.
This show happens to find all the nuance and all the humor in small town life. You know, beautifully painted, really beautifully painted.
Fans often arrive hoping to grab a cup of Luke's famous coffee, only to find out there's no real Luke's Diner. But Scott Patterson had them covered. He developed his own coffee line, so now you can enjoy a taste of Luke's world-famous Joe, even if it's not in Stars Hollow.
Please, please, please.
How many cups have you had this morning?
None.
Plus?
5, but yours is better.
You have a problem.
Yes, I do.
So, will Scott be coming to Connecticut to serve it up? Let's just say something is brewing.
I can't really divulge much, but there might be some plans in the works.
And could a reboot be on the burner?
Yeah, I think there's always a possibility.
Angel, you've got wings, baby.
So if you've ever dreamed of wandering through Luke and Lorelai's world, fall is a great time to visit Washington Depot.
What I think the power of the show is, it is a love letter to small town America.
Adirondack 4, the idea of it was really to take a few more people out, to keep them really safe, and really to hopefully introduce a lot of folks to get them out, make them comfortable, get a sense of it.
Set sail on a fall adventure. Classic Harbor Line's new schooner has just been christened, and It's ready to take you on a stunning journey to see the season's vibrant colors. Glide up to the Grand Palisades where the fall foliage is in full display, all without the hassle of traffic. It's the perfect day on the water, perfect for soaking in the beauty of autumn from a whole new perspective.
The construction and the design is really focused on day sailing. In general, our designs just create a more intimate relationship with the environment. A more doable experience, more comfortable experience, an experience on the water that they might not really be familiar with.
May she find the wind. May she inspire her guests and onlookers. May she sail safely and swiftly for many years to come.
Perched high above New York's iconic High Line, a massive new addition is turning heads.
As we know, pigeons are a very iconic figure of New York City. I thought it was interesting to make a tribute and to pay a honor to this marginal figure and make it as big as I could.
Meet the 16-foot hand-painted aluminum pigeon sculpture named Dinosaur.
Hyper-realistic sculpture of a street pigeon that actually has the size of a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
The art installation is a playful nod to New York's unofficial pet.
There is a relationship with nature, with wildlife. Also, somehow there is a question about marginality. Somehow it's like a dissident monument or an anti-hero monument.
Dinosaur will be nesting in his spot for 18 months. Guess what? There is a new way to enjoy live performances at the Met without ever having to go into the city. The Guildhall in East Hampton has just announced their series, The Met Opera Live in HD. 8 performances will be transmitted live from the Met to the Guildhall.
Go this way. Or you can go that way.
The newly renovated theater has comfortable seating surrounded by state-of-the-art technology for a truly immersive experience. For a list of shows, scan that QR code. Welcome back to Road Trip. It's time to buckle up because we're going on a road trip roundup. Cooking Class. Hudson Table is an interactive culinary studio that offers hands-on cooking classes and live chef competitions. It's a great night out where you can learn something new and socialize. You'll spend about an hour and a half learning a new culinary skill, and then you'll get to enjoy the fruits of your labors over a relaxing meal. Hudson Table has locations in Brooklyn, Hoboken, and Stamford.
It's a one-man kitchen over here. What's going on?
The magic of Disney takes center stage at the Museum of Broadway. Step into an enchanting world in this exclusive new exhibit celebrating 3 decades of unforgettable performances. From Mary Poppins to Elsa, Genie to Simba, you'll see the costumes that brought these beloved characters to life. Whether you're a Broadway fan, a Disney lover, or just looking to add a little extra magic to your holidays, you won't want to miss this. The Big Apple Circus is coming back to the Big Apple. This year's theme, Hometown Playground. The circus will celebrate our neighborhoods, Manhattan to Harlem, from Brooklyn to the Bronx. And what makes each one special? Soaring acrobats, jaw-dropping stunts, and the cutest performing dogs ever. Tickets for the Big Top are now on sale, but make sure you get there quick because the show will run from November 8th through January 5th. If you saw some places that you would like to visit, remember everything you need to know about all of our road trip stops is on news12.com and the News 12 app. Thanks for coming along on this week's road trip. Come back next week for more stops around the region. And don't forget, if you have some road trips that we should take, send us your ideas, and please keep sending us your pictures. We love to see them. Until next time, safe travels.